I'm going to talk about the complementary angle identities for the secant, cosecant, and cotangent functions. I'll assume you're familiar with the secant, cosecant, and cotangent functions. I'll also assume you're familiar with the corresponding identities for the cosine, sine, and tangent functions. Okay? So if you're familiar with the complementary angle identities for the cosine, sine, and tangent functions, simply find the reciprocal of both sides, and you'll immediately get the complementary angle identities for the secant, cosecant, and cotangent functions. I'll write those down right now. Okay, so the secant of 90 degrees minus x, the angle measure of 90 degrees minus x is equal to the cosecant of x. The cosecant of the angle measure of 90 degrees minus x is equal to the secant of x. The cotangent of the angle measure of 90 degrees minus x is equal to the tangent of x. Okay, let's now apply these identities. So let me draw a triangle and then we'll continue. Suppose we had the 30, 60, 90 right triangle with the following corresponding side lengths. Okay, so apparently using our angle identities we just learned, the secant of 30 degrees is equal to the cosecant of 60 degrees. All right, so go ahead and work out what ratios correspond to each of those function values, and you will see that both of them correspond to 2 root 3 over 3. For example, the secant of 30 is the hypotenuse over the length of the hypotenuse over the length of the adjacent. So that's 10 over 5 root 3, which is equal to 2 root 3 over 3. Okay? Likewise, the cosecant of 30 degrees, according to the identities we just wrote down, that corresponds to the secant of 60 degrees. And you can work both of those out, and you will see that both of those are equal to 2. For example, the cosecant of 30 degrees is equal to the length of the hypotenuse divided by the length of the opposite side, so 10 over 5, which gives 2. And then finally, the identities tell us that the cotangent of 30 degrees is equal to the tangent of 60 degrees. And you can work both of those out and see that they're both equal to the square root of 3. Okay? So, for example, the tangent of 60 would be 5 root 3 over 5, right? The length of the opposite side divided by the length of the adjacent side, and that would give the square root of 3. All right? Now, I'd like you to do an exercise. Would you please write the following expressions in terms of different trig functions? All right, so pause the video and try to do that now, please. Okay, I'll go ahead and work these out as well. So The cosecant of 40 degrees, that's equivalent to the secant of 50 degrees. The cotangent of 50 degrees, that's equal to the tangent of 40 degrees. And the secant of 80 degrees, that's equivalent to the cosecant of 10 degrees. All right.